In 2023, Lazarus Island welcomed its first overnight guests in decades. Tiny homes, glamping tents, quiet beaches. A new model for sustainable tourism. But before the island became a weekend escape, it was home to Malay families, 2 kampongs, a school, wells, paths, and graves. And according to one former resident, not every house left when the people did. By the mid-1900s, Lazarus Island had reached its peak as a resident community. Accounts describe 44 houses across 2 kampongs. Families lived by the tide, by fishing routes, by ferry timings, and by oral rules passed quietly between elders. The island was small enough that every cough, every quarrel, every funeral was known. Former islanders remembered certain routes that children were told not to use after Maghrib, not because of animals, not because of thieves. The elders said some paths belonged to those who had already returned to the earth. One path, near the older burial ground, was avoided so strictly that even fishermen walking home would take the longer route. In the 2000s, reclamation changed the geography of the southern islands. Lazarus became physically linked with St. John's and Serengeti, creating the lagoon and long beach visitors now walk across. The island became easier to explore, but older residents believed land can be changed faster than memory. And memory on an island does not always stay buried. The first report was simple. 3 knocks from beneath the floor. Then silence. The guest assumed it was plumbing, or wood contracting in the humidity. But the knocks came again, slower this time. 1, 2, 3, under the bed. The next morning, one guest checked her phone recording. She had captured the sound of waves, rain, and something else. A woman crying outside the window. But the windows faced dense vegetation. No footpath, no nearby tent, no footprints in the wet sand. When shown the recording, a former islander did not look surprised. He asked only one question. Was it near the old path? Then he explained that long before the eco-homes, people on Lazarus spoke of a woman heard crying near the kampung edge. No one claimed to see her clearly. They only heard grief moving between trees. The investigation team checked public maps. Nothing was marked at the exact location. But oral histories do not always follow official records. Islands remember through paths, trees, wells, and warnings. The team found no grave marker, only a patch of ground where the insects suddenly stopped. At 3:07 a.m., the team walked back from the old path. On the audio, there are 4 sets of footsteps, but only 3 people were present. When they stopped, the 4th set stopped half a second later. When they turned, the path behind them was empty. Today, Lazarus Island is promoted as a quiet escape, a place for beaches, slow mornings, eco-stays, and weekend silence. But beneath the new paths are older ones. Beneath the sand are village memories. And sometimes, when the island is quiet enough, guests say they still hear someone crying from where no one is supposed to be.